Tyra Banks. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the Jermaine Plane.
Hi. I'm so happy to be here with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and
Thank
I've seen you post. You've been really supportive, and I've seen you post, and sometimes I'm running the social media account. Sometimes it's me. And I like repost you and see you brought friends. So thank you so much for that.
Well, of course, because, you know, I think what it is, Tyra, is I represent so many Australian millennials, right? Who are obsessed with popular culture.
Yeah.
You know, we were watching you from the earlier days, life size, top model, you know, the shoe fight on Hannah Montana, you know, and like I'll talk to you about my first experience with you, which was with Michael Jackson. We'll go through that a bit later. But I guess that's why I have been such a fan of everything that you do, because the thing that I see when I walk into a Smize and Dream store or whatever you want, I'm not sure what you call it.
I like to call it a boutique.
A boutique. Okay.
Yes.
A Smize and Dream boutique. Yes. It's you.
Oh.
That's what stands out of all the other places around us in Sydney. I go in like, this is Tyra's essence.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I want to say my intention for our chat today is, you know, we have grown up with Tyra in the spotlight, and as, you know, as a supermodel and as an actress and as a musician, but I really want to dig and to know the Tyra, the daughter, the founder, and the creative that made something like Smize and Dream in Australia. I really want to know that person. If you're okay with me going there.
Deep, Jermaine.
Let's go deep.
Let's
go. I love it. I'm here for it. I'm so here for it. Let's go back to the beginning. Okay, because I want to know where this love for ice cream came about. I've seen on your socials and on your website so much about your time with your mum driving down, getting a Haagen-Dazs. Tell me about that. What was your first experience with ice cream?
Well, my early experiences with ice cream, I actually remember, and I haven't talked about this, I think it was with my dad and my mom.
Okay.
They're married before they divorced. Okay. And there's a town in Los Angeles called Ladera.
Okay.
Ladera Heights. It's predominantly Black Americans, and kind of a nice neighborhood, actually very nice neighborhood. And there was a Baskin Robbins, 31 flavors, we used to call it, that we used to go to as a family. And I used to get a flavor called daiquiri ice, which is actually kind of like an alcohol flavor, as I know it's older, but it didn't have alcohol in it.
Okay.
And I didn't know that daiquiri was an alcoholic drink as a kid. I just was like, I thought it was some kind of like sorbet kind of sherbet thing. And I used to get that all the time as a kid.
Yeah.
But then my parents divorced, and my strongest memories of ice cream are my mother, because she was a single mom, and we went from this amazing, beautiful 2-story, 3-bedroom house to a 1-bedroom apartment, and not the best part of town. And my mom, when we first moved in, she slept on the floor with like blankets in the living room, and my brother and I shared the bedroom. And the first day we moved in, my mom said, in 1 year, we're going to have a 2-bedroom. So that she could have a bedroom and my brother and I would still share. And so she took an extra job. And in 1 year, we had a 2-bedroom apartment. We moved a little north. I guess in Sydney, it'd be like, we moved a little east.
East. Yes.
Right?
Oh my God, you already know how the Sydney's have
we
been
moved a little east, darling. And so, we moved a little north, and we had a 2-bedroom. And the first day we moved into the 2-bedroom, she said, in 1 year, we're going to have a 3-bedroom. But she took 3 jobs to make that happen. She would pick me up from school at 6 p.m. because she had, all these working hard, pick me up from 6 p.m. for my co-curricular activity kind of stuff. She would take me home. She put meat pies in the oven for my brother and I, and we didn't see her until the next morning. She would go do those jobs, wake me up in the morning, take me to school, and repeat the same thing over and over again. But on Friday night, we would get into her white Honda Accord. Ooh, I love that car. And they don't pay me to say this. And we would drive to Hollywood Boulevard, and there was a Haagen-Dazs, and we would get that Haagen-Dazs, and we wouldn't eat inside of the shop. We would eat in the car. And so we would eat in the car, and she would talk to me about her job and her frustrations and the crazy boss or the great customer that came in, or all of these things, but constantly about the sacrifices and the tunnel vision she had to get that extra bedroom. And we moved in a year to that 3-bedroom. And that's the house that I started to model. And, because we moved in there when I was like 9. And then I remember, like, toward the beginning of my modeling career, I contributed to the rent.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
I was like, Mom, I'm making a little money, know? And so I was doing like Macy's, which is almost like kind of like Meijer.
Yes.
And like Sears, I guess would be like kind of like Kmart and kind of stuff like that. And I was making some money. And so I was like, I want to contribute. So I started to contribute rent. And from that house is when I bought my first house when I was almost like 20 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But all of that started with my mom's sacrifice.
Yeah.
And so I learned hard work, sacrifice, dreams, focus.
Yeah.
So when I created Smize and Dream, Smize, me, smiling with the eyes,
yes.
and my mom, dreams, having a dream and a vision. And so I always think, you know, and I tell this to people, whether it's friends or whether I'm teaching, that different is better than better. And how are you going to do something different? Look to your left, look to your right. For instance, Jermaine, your show, you delve like into like these like songs and like the past and what those songs mean to you.
Yes.
Every DJ is not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if you call it DJ, but like I call it disc jockeys, DJs,
yeah.
you know, are not really doing that with radio. So that's a differentiation and going deeper.
Yeah.
And so when I look at ice cream, I haven't seen an ice cream company that takes a sweet truffle and puts it at the bottom of that tub that represents your dream to dig deep and dig hard. And when you reach that goal, you can taste sweet success. And so that's what I decided to do. And so in all of our tubs, we can get it on Uber Eats. You can come in the shop and get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that. And that represents my mama and digging hard for your dreams and tasting success.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
That is such it's a beautiful way to celebrate your mum, you know, through all of that. The one thing I want to know is, was ice cream always in the vision from when you were, you know, doing your first modeling gig and in the spotlight? No.
No, as a business, no.
Okay.
Ice cream was always a passion.
Yep.
So when I lived in Paris, I, in my diary, because it was before cell phones and all of that. There's no technology.
Yeah.
You know, I had all of my appointments of where I was going to go that day for auditions, castings, but there were 5 Haagen-Dazs in Paris and I had all of them written down. So I knew what metro stop or subway stop that I was like, oh, I'm going to go see Yves Saint Laurent. There's a Haagen-Dazs 5 blocks away. So I'm going to hit the Haagen-Dazs, then go do my audition. So like, that's how I navigated Paris, through Haagen-Dazs stops.
Right.
It was my happiness and my treat to myself because there was so much sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, and like, you know, 15 auditions a day, all on the subway. And, you know, so that was something to treat myself. Even years later, when I was like a successful, like, I don't know, I went from high fashion to swimsuits and lingerie.
Yeah.
And I had a trainer named Clayton in New York. And we would go and we would run like 5K, you know, runs and workouts in Central Park. Clayton doesn't know this, but I would leave him, say, bye, Clayton, walk by the Haagen-Dazs and get me a scoop of cappuccino commotion, which they don't have anymore. But yeah, I was like, I'm going to reward myself for them 5Ks. So ice cream has always been this thing for me, but I realized, yes, it's the taste, but it's my mama. And it's that bonding and that connection that I felt with her. So to this day, my mom still loves ice cream and she still loves Haagen-Dazs.
Yeah, right.
Over Smize and Dream.
Oh,
that's
what?
The whole situation.
Good flavor named after her. What are you talking about?
A flavor name. Do you know that I caught my mama putting Smize and Dream ice cream, putting Haagen-Dazs, inside of a Smize and Dream tub container?
Caroline.
Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
Yes, this was a few years ago. And we moved out of my home in the Palisades. That home actually burned down. I didn't own it when it burned. But there was a home that I had and my mom was living with us. When we were packing up to move, we picked up her bed to pack it. There were about 25 Haagen-Dazs bar wrappers under her bed.
Oh my
And I don't understand. I'm like, are you drunk on ice cream and can't find the trash can?
Yeah.
And it's her and my son. So they eat the Haagen-Dazs bars together and they party. And party to them means they watch horror movies that mommy does not allow and they eat Haagen-Dazs bars.
Oh my God, that is so cute.
Evidence.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What was that one moment where you decided, I'm going to actually make this happen for us? I'm going to, because it's almost like kind of the projects you did on the runway. They were other people's projects, right? And you were presenting them.
Yes.
When Smize and Dream came about, this was a project that was completely you.
Mine.
Yeah, that was
my passion.
absolutely yours.
Yes, not selling something else for someone else.
Exactly.
But I was supposed to start an ice cream company 18 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I found partners. It was going to be gelato, actually.
Yeah.
In America, I had a name. I had started R&D with flavors. But at the same time, I started a talk show. And I realized that you can't have two startups at the same time. It's just going to fail.
Sure.
Right? Because talk shows, 90% of those fail the first season, 100% of, then another 90% fail the second season. Some crazy statistic.
Yeah.
And so I knew that I needed to focus. So I put that business plan on the shelf. And then COVID hit. And I was like, oh my gosh, everything stopped. I had a business that I put a lot of my own money into and had a lot of investors putting money into. And I saw it just disintegrating. I was like, whoa, it was a big failure with COVID. But I had this ice cream plan. And I remember, at least in Los Angeles, you could leave the house for two things: medicine and food. And I was like, it's called essential services. I don't know if you guys called it that, but that's what it was called for us.
Well, technically, in Australia, radio was considered an essential service during COVID as well. So we had to work during that whole time as well.
Interesting.
So there we go.
So you had your essential service.
Yes.
And so I realized I have a business plan of an essential service because everything else that I want to do, I can't. So I pulled the business plan off. It was all pretty nothing usable, and it was gelato, and it just wasn't usable, but I still took that passion from that and started the business then.
Is there anything that you've learned from your experiences doing the talk show and I guess the other projects you've worked on? What makes this one, I guess you say difference is the best, right?
Better than better,
yeah. So what would you say were the key differences, how you felt working on something like a talk show versus something like Smize and Dream, which I think is completely you?
So the talk show, it was me. It was my name. We did 5 years of it. I don't know if it was my passion. It was a gift. I know how to talk. You know how to talk. We both know how to talk,
yes.
Right? And know how to interview people. And actually a gift, but I did have a trainer. I had somebody that coached me how to be an even better talk show host.
Sure.
But it wasn't necessarily like I wasn't thinking about it every single moment and every single day and every single moment of my life. This is my passion. And 20 years from now, like your kids, or whoever it is, walk into the ice cream shop and you're like, this is from a woman named Tyra and she was a supermodel and an entrepreneur. And they're like, I don't know what that is. I don't care. She's the ice cream lady and I just want some ice cream.
Yes.
Like that legacy would be fantastic to me.
I love that.
Like my modeling career, I'm very proud of it. And I know I broke down a lot of doors for women of color and, just in curves and all that. And I know that. And to me, that's in a museum. It's like, tick the box, museum. Yeah. Look at all the things that I did, that I did, but also somebody had to open the door for me to do it. It's not like I was just, banging a hammer and something happened. Somebody had to make it happen. And I'm grateful to those people and to the country of France for opening that door for me. But the legacy, the real legacy, I want it to be ice cream. I really do. And I feel like there's a difference between having to get up to tap dance to make your money.
Yeah.
And I want to create a legacy that even when I'm gone, it means something, whether my family wants to continue that or not. And that's what I'm interested in building something that is bigger than me, that I become a myth, and that this is something that is continuing to give people joy. Whereas with the modeling, it's like, it's all about you or your pictures and, look at my runway walk and all of that.
Yeah.
And yes, my modeling was bigger than me, and breaking down doors and things, but that to me has a ticking time clock. It's over.
Sure.
And like an athlete, it's over.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm out of retirement, but whatever. It's just like I do a cover once a month or something. Yeah. But the ice cream, I want that to live forever.
You want that to be your immortality.
Yes, totally.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's a very profound statement coming from you. Someone who has broken barriers and become just this humongous luminary in that to now find something completely different, right?
Totally.
So different, and go, this is my purpose. This is what I want to do.
I have so many people saying, you're doing ice cream. You need to do eye cream, Tyra. Smize eye cream. Like you're a model, cosmetics, products.
Yeah.
And I'm like, different is better than better. And that's also not my passion.
Sure.
Yeah.
It must be so tough because I've spoken to so many musicians and so many people who they tell me in private, like, I just don't want to do music anymore. I want to go and try to do something else. But when it comes to the perception of what the audience want, they feel trapped. They feel like, well, this is all I can do now. This is the vocation I feel the universe, life, God has given me, and I can't move into something else. Do you feel that pressure and that tension going from, because people still see you as a supermodel. Yeah. They still go, well, Tyra Banks is modeling. What is she doing now? Doing ice cream. Do you feel that tension?
100%. 100%. And the difference is when I model, I'm doing it on the wings of huge brands. So for instance, last year I did the Victoria's Secret fashion show, and it like, oh my God, like they were like, it broke the internet, me coming out of, because it's this huge brand that I'm carrying. I'm on their wings, not just as an angel with wings on my back, but on their wings. Yeah. And it's helping you to, whereas with ice cream, it's my little startup budget. Yeah. I don't have like all of these huge brands that I can lean on to like make all of that happen. And I had a very big come to like, I'm not super religious, but come to Jesus. It's just a statement, you know? And I realized I have to use what people know, meet them where they are, and bring them along. So at the top, like in 2026, I think you're going to see some fashion connected to Smize and Dream.
Brilliant.
Some modeling connected to it. Yeah. Because you can't just say you're a musician and now you just want to do beef jerky or you just want to do steaks. You know what I mean? It's like, you better sing that what do you call that? The jingle.
The jingle, yeah.
Sing that jingle. You better do music videos for that steak that you want to do,
Beyonce like, does steak next.
Beyonce does steak. Beyonce, you better be like, I want a T-bone. Like you have to meet them where they are, and that's something that I've learned. Yeah. Use your strength. Sure. Don't just throw it away. Yeah. So you'll be seeing some Smize magazine covers. And
I'm so keen. I mean, I still, as much as ice cream is your new passion, I still see a fabulous, luminary in the modeling world like Tyra as well. So I'm so excited to see those two things merge. Yeah. I love it.
But it's not easy. Like literally, Keith, we were like right before we came out, we were 5 minutes late walking in because we got one freezer that's tripping. Yeah. And one of them already went down and all of our ice cream was ruined. And the reason why you were able to taste Thai Dreams, that was supposed to drop weeks from now.
Yeah, right.
But I had to put it in the freezer now because all of the other ice cream had melted. So it is a constant challenge being an entrepreneur and not having that big brand to support you. Sure. But the passion makes me keep going.
Yeah. It comes from your mum going, listen, I want to be able to go to a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom in a year's time. Yes. And that drive and that push, it was engineered into you. Yeah. So it gave you the tools you needed to make something like this. And when these challenges happen, you can fight to make everything work for you.
The world doesn't see the tears or I just don't want to get out of bed or we're going to fail. We're going to go bankrupt. They don't see that. And I have those moments. And then 24 hours later, I'm like, this is going to be the hugest thing in the world. And then a week later, it's like, oh my God, we're not going to make it. It's just that constant thing. But my mom taught me, get your ass up. She said, cry on my shoulder. I'm going to let you cry for a few days. This is when we still live together. She says, now we're going to stop crying. You're going to get up and you're going to make a plan.
Wow. Yeah. I love that. It's really brave hearing that from you, just because given you're such a public figure. I mean, just under the scrutiny if this thing was not to actually take off or, moments like the freezer and all these things, right? Australia can be pretty tough, I feel, when it comes to their interactions with international celebrities. Yeah. Sometimes they like to see them fail or they like to see, I think a lot of tabloid media is so... It's kind of very similar to the UK, where it's simply, we've seen this person who's at the height of their success in America, been so big, we want to tear them down, right? And we want to see them fail. Yeah,
a little human nature. Yeah. Not, I wouldn't say it's human nature for everyone, but that is a part of humanity. Sure. I forgot what it's called. There's a term for it, but I think it's also about being transparent. I think it's also about me coming here and not being the ugly American. The first thing I did is we didn't just open this big, beautiful shop. I was like, I'm going to start with some carts and I'm going to do my research and I'm going to like, oh my God, Lamingtons, that tastes good. Can I put that in ice cream? Oh, and what is this fairy bread? Oh my God, I'm going to put that in some ice cream. Oh, Vegemite. Oh, I put that in some ice cream. I wanted to do my research and show that I'm respecting the culture that I'm in. My mama told me when I went to Paris, she says, you will not be an ugly Americans. Americans go everywhere and expect the world to know English, understand American culture and bow down to it. And my mom said, I did not raise an ugly American. I raised someone that respects the culture, understands the culture, studies the culture before you get there. Yeah. And I remember when I first started modeling, I had an opportunity to go to Paris or go to college. I had 2 weeks to decide because I got discovered. And my mom said, you will not be going to France unless you know France business of fashion. She says it's called the fashion business, not the fashion playtime.
Yeah, right.
And so I studied French fashion and designers and magazines and proved to my mom before I got on that plane that I knew it. Mm-hmm. I had broken French, just trying my best. Yeah. But to respect that language, where I remember having friends like American models, they knew nothing. And again, felt that country needed to bend to them. Nobody speaks English here. Bitch, you ain't in America. What do you expect? Same thing here. Yeah. So I understand that. Oh, you American, you think you got it all. You going to come to my country and take? It's like, no, I'm trying to give as much as I can. Yeah. Like 90% of our ingredients are Australian. I want to help Australian farms. The people that are working in our shop, our goal is for them to be actors and have like thespian and performance goals, and they come to our shop and are able to do that in our shop, as opposed to being a bartender and wanting to be an actor. Yes. Like, come to our shop. What accent do you want to play today? What do you want to be today? And we're getting there. We're not there 100%. I feel it
because I go into the stores and I'm like, this is like they're playing.
Yes.
While doing it.
And I want them to either go inside of us and go up, inside of the organization, or go through us. Like, you've done this amazing acting thing and you got the most amazing gig. Quit. Go live that dream. Just make sure you let everybody know that you were at Smize and Dream before, because I want credit for you being this now big celebrity. But I want to give to the Australian culture. We're going to actually start a nonprofit ice cream school.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and I think Q1 of 2026. Okay. Giving back to what I call underserved communities. In America, it's Black and Brown people. Here, it's First Nation and also lower income people, where they can learn the beauty and the back of house, front of house, ice cream making, marketing, entrepreneurship, all through the power of ice cream.
Wow. Yeah. That is so beautiful. Yeah. The message is so much bigger than what I thought it was. I genuinely thought it was Tyra Banks coming to Australia, setting up ice cream, and that's it.
Oh,
but
no.
there is a lot of heart in this.
Oh, there's so much heart.
Yeah.
So much.
Let's move on to now your creative project you've made to celebrate Christmas, which is so fun. Santa Smize. It's unhinged is the perfect word for
Santa
it.
Santa Smize is so unhinged. She is a hot mess.
I love it so much. And your song Santa Smize is just so fun, and it's just a perfect way to represent really how we all should be behaving this Christmas. It's just letting loose and having fun, celebrating the year, everything like that. Tell me how that whole character came about, Santa Smize.
I wanted to do something for the ice cream community on a global level. Mm-hmm. There is a reason why I created hot ice cream. It wasn't just to say, oh my God, I innovated something and it's not a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
It was to help the ice cream industry because it is such a seasonal thing. There are certain ice cream shops in colder climates where they shut down their shop and still have to pay rent. It is cheaper for them to shut down their shop and pay rent than to stay open and have hardly any customers in and still have people working there. And so I wanted to say, how can we make ice cream year round? And that's why I created hot ice cream. And normally with innovation, I don't want people to copy. I don't want people to do it. I'm like, it's just mine. While I'm not going to share my recipes because that is ours, I want ice cream shops everywhere to do hot ice cream because it helps the industry during those times, particularly those mom and pops that are struggling, during the colder seasons.
Of course.
And it does get cold in Sydney.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It does get cold in Australia still. Yes. And God dang, it gets cold in Melbourne and down in Tasmania.
Have you experienced a winter in Melbourne?
Woo!
Oh, my gosh.
I have. So that's the product, right? But I love story. So I was supposed to go to college for film and television production to write, direct, and produce film and TV. That's why I was a TV producer.
Sure.
Because that was my passion.
Wow, okay.
What I was going to go to college for. And my first foray into television was unscripted, but that's not the passion. The passion is storytelling. So I said, I want to create a character connected to ice cream that comes here during the winter. And that's when I created Santa Smize. I've been working on her for about 2 years, and she lives in the South Pole.
Yes, diva from the South Pole. I love that.
She's a diva from the South Pole, and she was best friends with Santa Claus. The South Pole is close to Australia. So that's her first stop, honey. And she has a Southern accent, and I don't know why. But she's from the South Pole with a Southern accent.
She's saying Cherry Christmas.
Christmas. And she is here to claim what is hers. Starting with Sydney, then she's going to hit America, and she's going to keep hitting places.
Wow. Now, I see that a music video is on its way as well. I did see that.
I was up all night doing notes on the music video.
Oh my gosh.
That's late too. Okay. You understand? This is a startup, Jermaine. We are a hot mess. Santa Smize is the name of the damn song. Lyric video, half-assed done. Not ready yet. Music video, not done yet. It's supposed to be out.
It's okay. Well, you don't need to give too much away. Yeah, or wait for the release. But speaking of music videos, let's dive into that quickly. I know we're running a bit out of time, but I want to take you back to my first experience ever seeing you.
Okay.
And that was definitely on the Black or White short film by Michael Jackson.
Yes.
Okay, I'm a huge Michael Jackson fan.
I'm bigger. To the movie?
Oh my God, I'm so excited for the biopic. Yes. I'm like Jafar Jackson. I can't wait to see him play him. I mean, tell me about that experience, because I did see somewhere you were talking to Janet about your experience, but you only spoke about it for like 2 seconds.
Oh.
How did you get the gig being one of the most iconic morphing faces on the Black or White short film?
Oh my gosh. And it's like in that technology was like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
30 something years ago.
Yeah.
Like 35 years ago.
Yeah, 30.
I think it was 30.
Oh gosh, it was 91. So that would have been what, 34 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah.
But 35 because we filmed it a little bit before that.
Gotcha.
Because I was 17, I remember.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I auditioned for it.
Okay.
Somewhere in LA, I think in Burbank.
Yeah.
They had us all dance and stuff. I didn't go as a model. I just went as a face.
Yeah. Right.
And got the part.
Oh my God.
But the day of filming, they're teaching us all in a big room the moves.
Sure.
And I'm doing the moves. And I was cocky. I'm like, I can dance. I got this. And I had a real Black American girl accent when I was young. Like, I got this. I know how to dance. So I leave the room.
Oh my gosh, Tyra.
I was like, I got this. I'm going to get something to eat at the craft service table, the little snacks table. So I'm over there snacking and eating, like, I got this. And I think it was John Landis, was the director.
John Landis was the director, yeah.
So he's like, okay, Tyra. Which Tyra meant nothing. It was just whoever, little girl, 17-year-old. So I come on the set. They start playing the music. I do the dance a few times, kind of not knowing what I'm doing. And then I really mess up really bad, stick my tongue out, but keep going. My mama always said, just keep going. I see the music video and they kept my mess up.
Wow.
With my tongue going out and like,
oh my gosh.
That was me messing up and being cocky, but they kept it.
Was it just one take they did? Or was it?
I did I did the song, they like did it on repeat or whatever, but I never really got it perfect. Never really got it super perfect, but I've always, even in my whole life, when something's not right, I'll fall down on a runway. Never happened, but if it did, I would probably do like a pose.
Yeah, sure.
Like I meant to do that.
Sure.
So they kept the worst one.
Well, see, it's funny because that's how I've always seen you, like on your talk shows and everything like that. You're so brilliantly imperfect that it makes you perfect to us.
Thank you.
So I think the Black or White instance was just a great start to what was to come, right?
To the like unhinged.
But it's funny you go unhinged is the perfect word for you. I love it.
Totally
I love it so much. But so you went from Black or White then to George Michael to Tina Turner.
Yes, Tina Turner was second.
Oh, was second, was it? Okay, right.
I did Tina Turner when I was 17, right before I went to Paris. I did her music video.
Yeah.
And she was so kind.
Yeah.
And I remember her saying, so many women my age wouldn't want women like you in my video. She goes, but I look good. Yeah. And y'all look good. And we're going to look good together. I don't need to like not have women like you around me because I look good. And I was like, you sure do. And she does. She did.
Shit, yeah.
Woo!
I've got a picture of Tina Turner in my bedroom. So every time I wake up, I look at Tina because no matter where she was in life, she just kept pushing forward. And she really, really believed in longevity and the idea of really taking like true care of yourself and feeling young every single day.
Every single day. The legs, the movement, like, she's 70 on that stage, moving way more than I ever could. I was at the Beresford. I did the song once and I was like, I'm done. How do people do this for 3 hours? I did 5 minutes and I couldn't breathe. So Tina Turner's she was a goddess or something.
Yeah.
And she was so kind. So when I was at her music video, she's like, you're off to Paris? And I was like, yeah, I was supposed to go to college, but I'm going to Paris. And she's like, you know what? I'm going to hook you up. She goes, you see these clothes that we have on for the video? They're by a designer named Azzedine Alaya. Okay. And he's a very good friend of mine. And I'm going to call him. I'm not going to get you the job, but I want you to go see him and walk for him and do your thing. And I did, and I booked it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll never forget that. So anybody can look up Azzedine Alaya.
Yeah.
In 92, I think.
Yeah.
And know that opportunity came because of Tina Turner with me.
What an honor that you worked with so many greats who've now passed. They're like
George Michael.
Yeah. Did you get to meet George?
Yeah, but it was a very controversial.
Okay.
It was a very controversial set because Thierry Mugler, who's the designer, and George Michael, they both were kind of directing this Too Funky music video. It's a very public spat that was happening.
Sure.
And we were all very confused on the set. So when you look at the actual music video, you see George Michael as the cinematographer.
Yes.
And then the very thing is he turns to the camera. At the very end, he turns to the camera and it says directed by ?
Oh, okay. So that explains the whole thing.
That is why.
Wow.
That
okay.
is
So it was a
why.
Mugler and George Michael little.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And they're both geniuses. Yeah. And George Michael was like, honey. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what happens sometimes.
He did the question mark. He didn't put his name, which I thought was also kind of cool.
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah. I've always wondered why that would happen at the end of Too Funky. Wow, that's incredible. Well, Tyra, I mean, look, we've spoken so much. I mean, I haven't gone through most of my questions, but I just, come back, please. But I've got one last one because I just think you're such a self-preserving person. I think you're daring. I think you're exciting. I think you're someone who believes in a rebirth and also staying true to your heart. There was something that I saw from your mum on the typewriter at one of your pop-ups that you did in Sydney. And the message was simply, don't just walk for yourself. Lift others along the way. Turn their steps into flights, and together y'all will soar.
Yeah.
What would be your message back to your mum after everything that you've experienced?
Don't make me cry, Jermaine. Don't make me cry. Oh, God, I love my mom so much. My message back to my mom. As much as my mom says that's what my mom is about. Her purpose in life is to serve and to help others. And she doesn't take care of herself. She doesn't get pleasure in going to get a foot massage in the mall here, like in the shopping center, like Broadway with me. She feels like she needs to put on the superhero cape to help. So when I'm like, Mom, come visit me in Australia. We just want to see you. Not happening. Mom, oh my God, I need help with York because I'm busy and she is on that plane. So my messages to her is, yes, help others. Yes, help me and help all of these people. And she's a mentor and she's the mama for our family and for even more distance. But take care of yourself. And I'm trying so hard, but it's difficult when her purpose in life is to uplift others. Yeah.
Tyra, thank you so much for bringing your beautiful ice cream here. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
I think Australia really deserves to more joy that you bring into the country. I think that they definitely do, and that's definitely what you're doing with Smize and Dream. And I can't wait to see the hot ice cream take off and become this invention that the world will embrace.
Thank you. We're doing it every Friday during this holiday season. There's a new flavor, and I hope that there's hot ice cream people in Australia and beyond that are doing it, y'all. Just do it. We need winter. We need winter love, meaning June, July, August.
Sure.
We need to sell ice cream during that time here.
I love it. And one last thing, I think you will be immortal. I think you'll be known for your ice cream.
I hope so.
And your spirit will be, it'll be eternal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Tyra. I appreciate it.
Thank you.